So today we are going to be making this Valentine, and I'm going to show you today how you can do the calligraphy letters and how you can make the 3D tulip. Alright, so the first thing that you'll need either from your kit or from home is this white, just regular white paper. Then there are 2 pink tulip shapes and 3 red tulip shapes, a green stem, 2 green leaves, and then you can either go online to this website, South Ranch Creative, and find the calligraphy templates, or you can just do your own letters. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set our flower pieces aside, and we're going to trace the letters. So since this is just regular computer paper, you can see through the paper to be able to trace the letters. It's really faint, but I know that you get the idea. So first, going to find the letter I. And another thing that can work is if you have a light source shining up from the bottom, the phone under your paper. So you're just gonna trace along. Perfect. Okay. And you can do any saying that you like. If you're finding it really hard to trace over, you can also just like compare it, put it next to it. And I'm just gonna write be mine on it. You can also just write your own letters, figure out your own tracing. Maybe you have a font you really like. You can also just print it out on the computer. That looks pretty good. Alright, and then you're just gonna take a black marker or whatever color marker you want and trace over your letters. And if you miss your pencil line, you can just go back and erase it after you're done with your markers, after they've dried. Now, the interesting thing about calligraphy is that usually parts of it are thicker than others. So you might want to go back with your marker and make certain parts of your letters thicker. Like the right side of this letter is thicker, so I'm just going to go back in and fill it in a little bit. to try to mimic that style. Oh, looks pretty good. Alright, finished going over my letters, and now I'm just gonna go back in and erase anything that I don't want to show. Okay, and there we go. Alright, so we're all done with this, so we're gonna set it aside. And we're done with this for right now, so we are also gonna set this aside. And then we're going to get out our tulip petals. We're gonna take them all, and you can either do these one by one or stack them up like I'm gonna do. But we are going to go ahead and fold them all in half like so. Okay. And next, starting with the red one, we are going to put glue on this part of the flower. Okay. And to this, we are going to stick one of the pink flowers. There should be some glue right there. Okay, so these two pieces are going together. And then you're gonna repeat that until all 5 of your petals are glued together. Now we've got all of those glued together, and you can kind of see how it makes a 3-dimensional tulip. There we go. Alright, now we're going to leave this to dry for a second. I'm just going to set that to the side. And we're going to get our white heart back out. And we're just going to glue the stem down, making sure that there's enough room up here for the flower. Perfect. You can also do the flowers sideways at like an angle. If you have enough pieces at home and you want to make another flower, there's more room, maybe a different kind of flower. You can also draw a flower. But I think I'm gonna go straight up and down. So, stem, glue that on, and the leaf, glue all over that, and glue that on. Glue the other leaf on. Perfect. Alright, now for this flower, you're going to take the just 2 single pieces, and those are going to get glued onto your paper. So, you're going to glue here. These are just the single ones, right, like Then you can glue this inside to the red heart that we included in your bag, or you can glue it to something else. You can also add other things. I can show you really quick how to draw a rose. So first, you're gonna start out with a dot in the middle of the page, and then you're gonna draw a kind of wavy circle around it, but leave a little bit of a hole. And then you're gonna draw some wavy lines. I personally like to do 3s, but you can do 4s, and just leave a little bit of a gap in between and kind of make them go in a circle around the center. These are kind of like your flower petals, so you know, make them wavy, make them however big you want. And then the last one you're gonna draw all the way around. Stop when you kind of get to where you're gonna draw down, and then you're gonna draw the bottom of the rose, and then go ahead and complete the wavy line. And then I like to draw a little rose petal down, and you can kind of create it out from there. And draw it down to a little bud. Right, this is where the rose connects down into the stem. And you can add little thorns if you want. Remember, rose thorns aren't that big. There you go. Quick tutorial on how to draw a rose. All right, and you're all set.